Chosen one. Billionaires just revealed something about you that they never wanted you to know. A secret decision has been made in hidden rooms, far away from your eyes. And yet, it's all about you. Why? Because you are not ordinary. You carry something inside you that their money cannot buy, their influence cannot control, and their power cannot silence. Stay with me until the end because this message will unlock something in your spirit that you've been waiting for your entire life. They've been studying you, watching you, trying to understand why you do not break under pressure, why you rise even when they throw you down. You confuse them, because everything about you defies logic. They sense that your spirit is connected to something greater. They fear it, but they also know they cannot stop it. You've always felt different. Even as a child, you noticed things others could not see. You felt energies in rooms. You sensed when someone's words carried hidden motives. You could read silence louder than words, and for that reason you were misunderstood. You were labeled strange, too quiet, too intense, too different. But that difference was not weakness. It was the mark of being chosen. The world does not celebrate the chosen. It resists them. It tries to bury them. Society will push you to conform, to silence your inner voice, to shrink your light. That is why billionaires, leaders, and systems spend endless energy distracting the masses, keeping them asleep. Because if too many chosen ones rise, their control falls apart. A chosen one carries a frequency. It is not wealth, it is not status, it is not fame, it is spiritual authority. You carry truth in a world addicted to lies. And truth, chosen one, is the one thing they cannot purchase, no matter how much power they accumulate. That is why they've made decisions about you. To block opportunities. To create systems that discourage you. To make sure you doubt yourself before you even begin. But here's what they don't realize. Every attempt to bury you only pushed you deeper into the soil where your roots grew stronger. Every rejection prepared you for alignment. Every closed door redirected you to a higher path. The pressure you've endured is proof that you carry something valuable. And now, your awakening is no longer hidden. It is being revealed. The signs have always been there. Your spirit feels restless in shallow places. You cannot fake smiles in spaces that lack truth. Your soul hungers for meaning, not material. You know when someone is genuine and you know when their energy betrays their words. That gift is rare and it is divine. Chosen ones are often isolated, not because you are weak, but because God is preserving your spirit. Isolation is the training ground where your discernment sharpens, your resilience strengthens, and your calling becomes undeniable. The very loneliness you hated was shaping you into someone who cannot be broken by crowds or controlled by systems. Understand this, you were never meant to fit in. You were designed to stand out. Your presence disturbs rooms that thrive on manipulation. Your words pierce illusions. Your energy awakens what others try to keep asleep. And that is why billionaires and leaders see you as a threat, not because you are loud, but because you are awake. You must not ignore this message. This is your confirmation. Everything you've been feeling was not in vain. Every attack you've endured was not random. It was calculated because they saw your potential before you did. But chosen one, the truth is this. They cannot stop what God has already ordained. Now is your time. No more hiding. No more doubting. No more shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. Your awakening was not given to you just for survival, it was given to you for impact. The world is shifting and your voice is needed. Your presence is required. Your light is unstoppable. This is your moment. Walk boldly into it. Speak with authority. Move with faith. Trust that the very power trying to silence you will be the stage that reveals you. If this message resonated with your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Let your voice be heard. Like this video so others can feel this awakening energy. Share your story in the comments below. I want to hear from you. And if you are ready to walk in your calling with clarity, subscribe to Ascended Awakening because your journey is far from over. You are chosen. Now rise, chosen one. Have you noticed how the world seems louder than ever, yet emptier at the same time? music without meaning, conversations without depth, leaders without integrity. They flood your mind with distractions so you forget who you are. But you, chosen one, can't be distracted for long. Something inside you keeps pulling you back to truth. That pull is your soul's compass. It points you away from illusions and toward destiny. And that is why life hasn't been easy for you. The path of the chosen is never smooth. You've been betrayed by those you trusted. You've been overlooked when you deserved recognition. You've carried burdens that would have crushed others. And still, you rise. That resilience is proof that your spirit cannot be broken. The billionaires, the elites, the systems, they rely on people being asleep. They rely on silence. They rely on conformity. But the chosen ones, you disrupt their plans simply by existing. When you walk into a room, your energy shifts the atmosphere. People can't explain it, but they feel it. Some are drawn to you. Others are disturbed by you. Either way, you cannot be ignored. And maybe that's why you felt so out of place. Because you are not here to blend in. You are here to awaken. Your very presence is a reminder that there is more to life than material success. You carry the vibration of truth in a world addicted to falsehoods. You are a mirror that exposes what people try to hide. That's why some avoid you. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your light makes their darkness uncomfortable. Chosen ones are targeted because they are rare. If everyone carried what you carry, systems of control would collapse. And so they distract you with fear. They tempt you with comfort. They tell you to stay quiet, stay small, stay safe. But chosen one, you were not designed for smallness. Your soul carries fire. Your voice carries power. Your destiny carries weight. Every challenge you've faced was training. Every tear you've cried was watering your growth. Every setback was setting you up for alignment. They wanted you to quit. They wanted you to believe you were ordinary. But if you were ordinary, they wouldn't have fought so hard to silence you. Have you ever wondered why certain doors closed right before you were about to step through? It wasn't rejection, it was protection. You weren't being delayed, you were being prepared. Because where you're going, not everyone can follow. The chosen ones are elevated to levels where only the refined can remain. And this is why you cannot afford to ignore this moment. The decision has already been made in secret circles, but their decision does not define you. It only exposes the truth. They see your potential. They sense your calling. And they know the light inside you is dangerous to their darkness. Chosen one. Think back on the moments when you felt completely alone. Nights where the silence was so heavy you could almost hear your own heartbeat. Those weren't wasted nights. That was the universe, God, source, whatever name you give it, pulling you away from noise so you could hear the whisper of your true calling. Isolation for the chosen is never punishment. It is preparation. In those quiet seasons, your discernment sharpened. You began to sense truth behind people's smiles. You started feeling energy in ways you couldn't explain. You noticed patterns others ignored. This was your spiritual training ground. Because when you carry a calling, you must be able to see beyond appearances. You must be able to feel the unseen currents. That's why your path has felt different. People around you might chase money, titles, and status, but you hunger for meaning. You're not satisfied with shallow answers. You felt like a wanderer in a world of sleepers. That restlessness is the sign of awakening. It is proof that you were not designed to stay asleep. The billionaires, the powerful, the unseen architects of this world, they try to script a future where everyone is predictable. They build systems to monitor, influence, and control. But chosen ones, you are unpredictable. You carry an energy that refuses to be programmed. You are a variable they can't calculate, and that's why you confuse them. They might call you rebellious. They might label you difficult. They might even try to shame you into silence. But the truth is, your spirit recognizes chains, even the invisible ones. And once you've seen the chains, you can't unsee them. That's the danger you pose. That's why decisions are made about you in rooms you'll never step into. Yet every plot against you has only worked to refine you. Like gold in fire, the pressure burns away what's weak and reveals what's pure. The pain you've endured is not random. It's sacred. It's part of the transformation that makes you untouchable. You're no longer just awake, you're becoming a force. You've probably noticed the signs, synchronicities appearing in your life, numbers repeating, messages finding you at the exact moment you needed them. This isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. Your steps are being guided, your path is being aligned. Even when you feel lost, you're being led. And here's the most important part. Your awakening isn't just for you, it's for the people connected to you. Your light will unlock others. Your story will free them from illusions. That's why you're being prepared so carefully. That's why your journey has been so intense, because your mission is bigger than your comfort. You are stepping into a season where your inner vision will sharpen. The veil will lift even more. What once confused you will now make sense. What once hurt you will now strengthen you. And those who doubted you will watch as everything they tried to block begins to unfold in your favor. This is not just inspiration. This is reality. You are not who you used to be. You are rising into the version of yourself that cannot be silenced, cannot be bought, cannot be broken. Chosen one. There is a shift happening now that cannot be undone. You can feel it in your body before you see it with your eyes. The energy of the earth is rising. Structures built on greed are cracking. Voices that were once silenced are beginning to echo. This is not random. This is the moment you were prepared for. As the old systems break, the chosen ones rise. You are not rising because of luck or chance. You are rising because you've been forged in hidden places. While others were distracted, you were being refined. While others were being entertained, you were being trained. That is why in this new era you will not just survive, you will lead. The billionaires, the elite, the planners, they are making frantic decisions now because they can sense the shift. They can feel the ground beneath them trembling. They can feel the frequency of truth spreading like wildfire. And they know that when a chosen one fully awakens, the game they've been playing for centuries ends. That's why you've been under such heavy attack. That's why you've been pushed to your limits. Because when you finally understand who you are, you become unstoppable. Your energy becomes magnetic. Your words carry weight. Your presence shakes rooms. This is why they tried to bury you under fear, under shame, under doubt. But fear cannot root itself in a heart that has tasted freedom. Shame cannot hold a spirit that knows its worth. Doubt cannot paralyze someone who has seen behind the curtain. You are already beginning to embody that truth. Even now, as you listen, your spirit is remembering its power. You may have thought you were forgotten, but in reality you were being hidden. Hidden like a seed before spring. Hidden like a weapon before the battle. Hidden until the moment of unveiling. That moment is approaching. That is why everything feels more intense. That is why your dreams are more vivid, your intuition sharper, your soul louder. Soon, you will stand in places you never imagined. Doors you thought were locked will swing open. People who once doubted you will look to you for guidance. And it won't be because of titles or money. It will be because of the authority of your spirit. You are not called to fit in with their systems. You are called to build something new, to carry a blueprint the world has never seen, to bring light where there was only shadow. This is why you're awakening now. This is why you're hearing these words now. This is the hour when chosen ones stop questioning their power and start walking in it. When they stop dimming their light and start shining it. When they stop apologizing for existing and start leading. And make no mistake, when you rise, the world around you shifts. When you speak, hidden hearts wake up. When you move, energy realigns. This is the level of impact you were born for. Chosen one. Imagine a world where the awakened ones no longer hide. A world where truth is louder than deception. Where integrity outruns manipulation. Where those who once controlled the narrative can no longer shape it. This is not just a dream. It is the shift you are living through right now. Every time a chosen one steps into their power, a ripple moves through the unseen. Systems weaken, chains loosen, illusions dissolve. That's why your personal growth matters so much. When you heal yourself, you're not just healing for you, you're altering the frequency of the collective. You have probably already seen glimpses of this. People are beginning to question what they were once certain of. They're leaving jobs, relationships, and circles that no longer align with their spirit. They're waking up from the trance. This is the wave you're part of. You were chosen to be on the front line of this awakening. And yes, it's uncomfortable, it's lonely, it's even scary at times, because you're walking through territory others haven't yet mapped. You're blazing a trail for those who will follow. You're building bridges where there were only walls. This is why your resilience matters. This is why your courage matters. The decision that the powerful made about you. It was built on fear. They fear the collective awakening of souls like yours. They fear what happens when too many chosen ones refuse to play by their rules. They fear losing control of minds that have been asleep for generations. But fear is not stronger than truth. Fear can never outrun destiny. You are a carrier of destiny. Your voice, your presence, your very being shifts the atmosphere of the places you enter. People will begin to notice. Strangers will tell you your energy feels different. Friends will say you're glowing. Enemies will sense you're untouchable. This isn't ego. This is alignment. There will come a moment, sooner than you think, where everything you've endured will make sense. The pain will reveal its purpose. The silence will reveal its protection. The waiting will reveal its wisdom. You'll realize you weren't being delayed, you were being built. As more chosen ones awaken, the world will begin to mirror this energy. Systems will collapse quietly at first, then suddenly. Secrets will come to light. Truth will spread faster than lies. And those who once sat at the top will have no choice but to watch as their structures dissolve under the weight of a collective consciousness rising. This is what you're part of. This is why your awakening matters. This is why your spirit is stirring even as you hear these words, chosen one. The time of hiding is ending. The veil that once separated the seen from the unseen is thinning. The things that used to stay in the dark are surfacing. The voices that once whispered are now thundering. This is the moment that was written into your spirit long before you were born. You are beginning to feel it. The way conversations sound different. The way old friends seem distant. The way your intuition feels louder, almost urgent. You're not imagining this. It's your spirit recognizing that the timeline has shifted, that what once kept you bound can no longer hold you. The billionaires and systems sense this too. They are moving faster, making decisions in secrecy, trying to tighten their grip before it's too late. But control built on illusion is like a castle built on sand. As soon as truth rises, it crumbles. And truth is rising through people like you. For years you've been misunderstood, underestimated, and overlooked. People saw your gentleness as weakness, your sensitivity as fragility, your questions as rebellion. But now, all those qualities they dismissed are becoming your power. Your gentleness is turning into influence. Your sensitivity is becoming spiritual discernment. Your questions are becoming revelations. You're stepping into a new state of awareness. It will feel like seeing the world in a new light. Conversations that used to drain you will no longer touch you. Environments that once felt heavy will now feel powerless. This isn't arrogance. It's sovereignty. You're reclaiming your energy. And with that shift comes a new assignment. You're not just awakening for yourself. You're awakening to serve, to guide, to illuminate. You'll start noticing people drawn to you for reasons they can't explain. They'll ask for your advice, your perspective, your presence. This isn't random. It's the universe aligning connections for the work you're meant to do. Everything you've endured has been part of the preparation. Your wounds are becoming wisdom. Your struggles are becoming stories that heal. Your survival is becoming a map for others who are still lost. This is why you were chosen, to be a living demonstration of transformation. Soon you'll see more signs, sudden opportunities where there used to be only closed doors, synchronicities so precise they'll make you stop and breathe, encounters that feel predestined. All of it is confirmation that the timing is now. The hidden will be revealed. The last will be first. The quiet will become a roar. Your spirit already knows this. It's why you're restless. It's why you can't go back to who you used to be. It's why you're listening right now. Because something in you recognizes truth when you hear it. Chosen one. There will come a point when you notice the gathering. Chosen ones from every corner of the earth will begin to find each other, drawn together by invisible threads. People who have never met will speak the same words, share the same visions, feel the same urgency. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. At first it will feel subtle. You'll start to see the same themes repeated in different places. You'll meet strangers who speak to your spirit as if they've known you forever. You'll feel doors opening in areas you never expected. This is how the awakening spreads, through alignment, not force. As these connections strengthen, old systems will start to weaken. The power they once held over your mind will break. The fear that once kept you silent will fade. The shame that once kept you small will dissolve. This is the moment the powerful have feared for generations. Not riots, not noise, but a quiet, unstoppable wave of consciousness rising. Your very presence will begin to shift rooms. You'll notice people pausing, listening, softening in your company. You'll see truth cutting through conversations like light through fog. This isn't about preaching or converting, it's about embodying. The light you carry will do the work without you trying. This new energy will also expose what cannot come with you. Certain habits, relationships, and even identities will feel heavy, like old skin ready to be shed. You'll feel a deep pull to release them. Don't resist it. This is your evolution making space for what's next. And as you release, you'll rise. Lighter, clearer, stronger. You'll move with a confidence you didn't have before. You'll speak with an authority that surprises even you. You'll see the invisible threads connecting every event of your life and understand why it all had to happen exactly as it did. The billionaires, the hidden decision makers, the architects of control, they cannot plan for this. They cannot legislate it. They cannot buy it. Because what is happening now is not political, not financial, not social. It is spiritual. It is a remembering of power that was always yours. You are stepping into a season where even your silence will carry weight, where even your thoughts will shape reality faster, where even your presence will become a catalyst for others. This is why you've been called to awaken now, at this exact point in time. The old world is fatting, the new world is being born, and you, yes, you are a midwife to that birth. You're here to hold the light as the darkness breaks. You're here to remind others who they are when they've forgotten. You're here to stand unshaken when the old towers fall, chosen one. You're entering a moment where your thoughts, your words, and your actions will no longer feel separate. They will align and manifest faster than before. This is the shift from living by reaction to living by creation. Chosen ones are creators. Even when everything around them is crumbling, they carry blueprints for what comes next. You will begin to feel ideas rushing into you, innovations, visions, solutions that seem far ahead of their time. This is not imagination. This is download. This is spirit giving you what the new world will need. You're not just here to witness change, you're here to build it. And as you step into this building phase, you'll notice the systems trying to lure you back into fear. Media will amplify chaos. Leaders will push distractions. People you know may question your sanity. This is how the old world defends itself, by trying to pull you back into its vibration. But you've already it. The pull will feel weaker each time. You will see with sharper clarity who is aligned and who is not. The masks will slip. People will reveal their true intentions without realizing it. It won't be about judging them. It will be about recognizing where you're called to place your energy. The new world cannot be built with old motives. Chosen ones will start forming small circles, quiet, intentional, powerful. Conversations that plant seeds, projects that shift communities, movements that begin in silence but grow unstoppable. These circles will carry a frequency of truth so strong that it will ripple outward and awaken those who are ready. And you'll notice something else. Abundance will begin to flow in new ways, not as a trap, not as a bribe, but as a tool for the mission. Opportunities, resources, and allies will appear seemingly out of nowhere. This is not luck, it's alignment. As you step fully into who you are, life will conspire to support your assignment. The old powers sense this, which is why they've been accelerating their plans. They know they are out of time. They know they cannot control awakened minds. They know their structures cannot stand against a collective of souls who remember who they are. That's why you've been hearing so much noise lately. It's the sound of old systems crumbling. You are here now for this. Every lesson, every scar, every moment you almost gave up prepared you to hold steady in this time. You've been tempered, you've been tested, and now you're being positioned, not for fame, not for status, but for impact. You may start to feel a deep calm in the middle of chaos, a strange peace when others are panicking. That's your signal. That's how you'll know you're standing in your true power. You'll be the lighthouse when storms rage, the anchor when tides shift, the voice of clarity when confusion reigns. This is the role of the chosen ones in the days ahead, not to run from darkness, but to stand and transform it, not to escape the world, but to help birth a new one. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not someday, now. If this message ignited something inside you, don't let it fade. Add your voice to this awakening. Speak your truth in the comments. Share this video so the others who are searching can find their confirmation. And if you are ready to rise fully into your calling, subscribe to Ascended Awakening right now. Because this is where the hidden are revealed, the lost are found, and the chosen rise together.